Hey everyone, GoBotch here, back today with another post-game show episode for Madden 20 franchise with the Dallas Cowboys off of a huge win against the Eagles. Of course, looking here at the box score, the Cowboys had two double-digit quarters with the third and fourth second half just rolling 20-7 in the second half against the Eagles. We are outgained 408 to 359, but when it mattered most, we ran the ball well, and when it mattered most, we hung onto the football. No turnovers from Dallas, while the Eagles had 3 turnovers, one being a pick six, which sealed the deal for Dallas and this victory against the rival Philadelphia Eagles. So let's go ahead and advance the week, and let's see if we have any new injuries or anything like that, because again, Cooper did leave with a strain of some sort, but it appears he's okay. So we got some weekly awards here. Ezekiel Elliott and DeMarcus Lawrence, both offensive and defensive MVPs for the NFC. But let's go ahead. So we are playing the Carolina Panthers. They were the number 1 team in the NFL, and we're going to be playing in Carolina against these 13-3 Panthers in the next episode. Oh boy. So we've been seeing all year long on this channel playing this game. We've been seeing how great Cam Newton's been this season. He's been throwing the ball extremely efficiently well. So that's something we could definitely have to game plan for, especially because he can move around in the pocket pretty well as well, and that's going to cause its own issues there. So we're going to be paying attention to that in the game plan for Dallas. The secondary is going to have to be on point, as will our linebackers. But let's go see how everybody else did here in the playoffs. So playoff schedule. Let's go to the divisional round. So the Bengals destroyed Buffalo 42-28. I guess 2-possession game, not destroyed. The Panthers, again, barely nudged out the Saints 24-21. How about that? Did that come down to overtime or anything? No. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good game there. The Jets, of course, defeated the Colts, and then we defeated Philadelphia 35-20. So looking at the conference championships, the AFC, the Jets and the Bengals. Again, I'm not surprised by the Bengals, though. We played that team and they beat us at home. So that's a team I would definitely love to seek redemption against them in the Super Bowl here in Season 2. But we got to take care of our own business first. We got to take care of the Carolina Panthers, who, again, are the top team in all of football heading in to this game. And actually, let's take a look and just see how well did Cam Newton play in that game against those Saints. Okay, so let's look at this here. Players' stats. Looking at both teams here, let's just focus on the Panthers themselves. So Cam Newton didn't have one of his best games. He had a touchdown and an interception for 148 yards. Wasn't sacked, was 14 of 24. That's 58%. So not his best game there. But Christian McCaffrey, again, a huge threat we're going to have to worry about there. He had 20 rush attempts for 84 yards. No touchdowns. Cam Newton had 1 on the ground rushing for a touchdown. Top receivers out there, they balanced in between Kendrick Bourne and DJ Moore with 3 catches each. They kind of spread that ball out all throughout. Christian McCaffrey actually didn't even have a catch. Top defensively, obviously Luke Kuechly, we got to worry about him. He does a great job leading tackler out there for them with 9 tackles on the day. Top sack guy out there, they had Kuechly with a sack and Poe with a sack. And then they had 3 interceptions, one from Christian Jones, Trey Boston, and Luke Kuechly, all with those. So that's big stuff there. Did they have any defensive touchdowns? They did not. So it was kind of a defensive, gritty game there. Not a lot of offensive outpour in that matchup, but we're getting ready to see that coming up in this next episode. Again, looking at the team stats, let's go check out how they've fared all season long. So the Panthers, let's go check them out, scout them out a little bit here. Cam Newton, again, 3,600 yards passing, 40 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's just been playing out of his mind this season. He's been very, very effective out there passing. Christian McCaffrey, over 1,400 yards rushing with 8 touchdowns. Cam Newton, second in the team in rushing with over 300 yards, almost 300 yards rushing, and 5 touchdowns. So, that's something we have to keep in mind. And they're not turnover prone. They've only fumbled the ball twice. So keeping all those things in mind there. Receiving-wise, their top guy as far as yardage is Kendrick Bourne with 731 yards receiving. But they share that ball around. Look at this. The top receiving guys, 66 catches from Curtis Samuel, 58 from Ebron, who has 12 touchdowns receiving this year. Then Moore, Bourne, Olsen. Again, they share that thing out. Look at all these touchdowns spread out right there. 12 from him, 7, 6, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2. They share that ball all the way around, so it's not like we have to hone in on one dude. He loves his tight ends. He loves hitting Ebron and Olsen for touchdowns. That's about, 50%? Not 50%, but probably like 40% of his touchdowns come from his tight ends out there. They've done a good job. Defensively, of course, like I said, Kuechly, you got to worry about him. Over 100 tackles this season. The sack man out there for them is Brian Burns and then Thompson, each with over 7 sacks this year. Then the secondary, we're going to have to worry about Eric Reed with his 3 picks he's had, as well as Trey Boston out there doing their thing. So that's what we're getting ready for here today. For the next episode, looking at the team stats, let's see how they shake out as an offensive unit. They are not one of the top from what I'm seeing there. Let's look at total offense. Don't see him up there. Passing? No. What about rushing? Rushing, they are definitely the top 5 in that. Points per game, they're 27 points per game, puts them at 4th. Passing touchdowns, they have 40. That leads the NFL. Rushing touchdowns, they have 19. The Cowboys lead with 37. So looking at offensively, we know they love scoring in the red zone, it appears, with touchdowns, and they love rushing the football with Christian McCaffrey and even Cam Newton himself. So total defense, the Cowboys are the 4th worst defense in the league with yards allowed. Where are the Panthers? They're kind of middle of the road, it appears. Seahawks are the best. Let's see. We're the worst pass defense in the league. Panthers are the 2nd worst. So maybe we could torch them downfield with Dak Prescott and our guys, because apparently Cooper is healthy. He's fine. They are the best rush defense in all of football, and that beats out us, and that's pretty impressive. So it's going to be a test to see if we can get Ezekiel Elliott going upfield, north and south, and do something against this Panthers rush defense, because they've done an immaculate job, evidently. And also, they're one of the best defenses, period, allowing points. They're the 4th best in allowing just 343 points this year. The Cowboys are the worst, allowing 481 points on this season. Sack-wise, the Cowboys are the best in football by 22. The Panthers are not bad, though. They're 4th, right there with 43 sacks this year. Again, we forced 10 fumbles on the year. The Panthers only have 4, and we have 15 picks while the Panthers have 10. So I'm expecting a brawl in this matchup, as the Cowboys are we got to run the football to be successful, and we're 3 weeks away from getting Gallup back, but we got to run the football to be successful. But it looks like our primary option may be Dak Prescott downfield, beating up the secondary that apparently hasn't been very good this year. So stay tuned for that, y'all. On Friday, our NFC Conference Championship episode will be up. The 12-4 NFC East champion Cowboys will go up against the number 1 team in all of football, that being the Carolina Panthers, led by Cam Newton, who's just had an absolutely outstanding year. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed today's post-game show episode, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, make sure to hit the notification bell so you know when I go live, and feel free to subscribe. And I hope you're enjoying all the Scaretober content on the channel. But thank you so much for tuning in today for this. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all back here in the next video. Y'all take it easy.